Today I am making Battenberg for the first time. This is a real classic bake and I started by preheating the oven at 160 fan. I used an 8-inch square cake tin, some baking paper and foil, 175 grams of baking margarine, 175 grams of caster sugar, 140 grams of self-raising flour, 3 large eggs, 40 grams of almonds, some pink food gel, 400 grams of marzipan and later on some apricot jam. I cut some foil and baking paper and made a pleat in the centre to split the 8-inch cake tin into two. You can use 2 pieces of foil or 2 pieces of baking paper, or you can get those tins that come with dividers. I beat together the margarine and caster sugar and then added the eggs in. I beat again and then added the ground almonds and flour. Then I weighed out half into a bowl and coloured that with the pink food gel and put the other half into the tin, and you can see here I've put the mixture split into half and half in the tin. This baked for around 35 minutes. I left it in the tin for around 15 minutes and then turned it out and removed the foil and the baking paper. I left it to cool on the wire rack until it was completely cool and then I levelled it off so that they were both the same height. This is much easier to do once they've completely cooled down because if they're still warm they can crumble. I then used a serrated knife to trim the edges and cut them both into 2 long strips, and this helped me make the Battenberg checkerboard design. So there's 4 long pieces of cake all together, and then I did the pink and white and I glued them together with a little bit of apricot jam, but you can use any jam flavour that you like. You can see now the Battenberg is starting to come together. Once I'd done that, I rolled out my marzipan and I got my ruler out just to make sure I had rolled it out enough and that it was going to stretch all the way around the cake. Then once I'd rolled it out thin enough so it was the right size, and then covered it in apricot jam again, trimmed it and then just folded the marzipan round so it covered all the outside of the Battenberg cake. I used my smoother just to make sure it was nice and flush to the cake and then trimmed off the excess. And that's it, the Battenberg is all done, and this is really delicious. I loved this when I was little and it's just as yummy now. And I did give some out to other people and they also said it was absolutely delicious. And the sponge, I think with having the almonds in it as well, it just has that extra flavour and it's really soft. Do you like Battenberg and will you be making this? I've now made 3 classic bakes and I'd love to do some more, so if there's any classic bakes or cakes that are your favourites, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can have a go at making them.